Our planet is warming. This is evident in the melting glaciers, the bleaching of coral reefs, and the plight of polar bears struggling to survive on diminishing ice. These are just a few of the visible signs of a much larger problem. This is not a matter of debate, it is a scientific fact. Scientists around the world have been meticulously studying climate data for decades. In research labs, they analyze graphs and models, working tirelessly to understand the changes happening to our planet. Decades of meticulous research and observation have confirmed that Earth's average temperature is steadily rising. Time-lapse footage shows glaciers retreating at alarming rates, while temperature graphs over the decades reveal a clear upward trend. Historical weather data charts further corroborate these findings. The primary driver of this warming trend is the increase in greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily carbon dioxide, released from burning fossil fuels. Industrial smokestacks, car exhausts, and coal-fired power plants are major contributors to this problem. As these gases accumulate, they trap heat, much like the glass panels of a greenhouse. This greenhouse effect is causing our planet to warm at an unprecedented rate, leading to more frequent and severe heat waves in urban areas. This trapped heat warms the planet, leading to a cascade of effects on our climate system. Rising global temperatures are not just an abstract concept. They manifest in tangible ways, such as more intense heat waves and devastating wildfires that ravage forests and communities. The consequences of this warming are far-reaching and profound, impacting everything from weather patterns to ecosystems to human societies. Hurricanes are becoming more powerful, droughts more severe, and communities are often left to rebuild after natural disasters. The urgency to address climate change has never been greater. One of the most direct and observable impacts of global warming is the alteration of weather patterns. As the planet warms, the atmosphere holds more moisture, leading to changes in precipitation patterns. Some regions experience more frequent and intense rainfall, while others face prolonged droughts. The timing and distribution of rainfall events are also affected, disrupting agricultural cycles and water resources. These shifts in weather patterns have significant implications for human societies, impacting food security, water availability, and overall well-being. The warming oceans provide more energy for hurricanes, leading to more intense storms with higher wind speeds and heavier rainfall. These intensified hurricanes pose a greater threat to coastal communities, causing more extensive damage and displacement. The increase in hurricane intensity is directly linked to the warming of ocean waters. As sea surface temperatures rise, more heat energy is available to fuel these storms, leading to their intensification. Global warming is leading to more frequent and severe heat waves worldwide. These heat waves are not just uncomfortable, they pose serious risks to our health and environment. As temperatures rise, cities become urban heat islands, trapping heat and making conditions even more unbearable. This phenomenon is particularly dangerous for those without access to air conditioning or adequate shelter. These prolonged periods of extreme heat can have devastating consequences for human health, agriculture, and ecosystems. Crops wither under the relentless sun, leading to reduced yields and food shortages. Farmers struggle to keep their fields irrigated as water sources dry up. The economic impact on agriculture can be severe, affecting food prices and availability. Heat waves can exacerbate existing health conditions, particularly among vulnerable populations such as the elderly and those with respiratory problems. Hospitals often see a surge in patients suffering from heat-related illnesses, including heat stroke and dehydration. The strain on healthcare systems can be immense, highlighting the need for better preparedness and response strategies. They can also damage crops, reduce livestock productivity, and increase the risk of wildfires. Wildfires, fueled by dry conditions and high temperatures, can devastate large areas of forest, displacing wildlife and destroying homes. The loss of vegetation further exacerbates the heat, creating a vicious cycle of rising temperatures and environmental degradation. The increase in extreme heat events is a clear indication of the far-reaching impacts of global warming on our planet. As we continue to experience these changes, it becomes increasingly important to take action to mitigate climate change and adapt to its effects. From urban planning to agricultural practices, every sector must play a role in addressing the challenges posed by extreme heat. Unprecedented wildfires. The combination of higher temperatures, prolonged droughts, and altered precipitation patterns creates ideal conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread. These wildfires are becoming larger, more frequent, and more destructive, posing significant risks to human lives, property, and ecosystems. The smoke and particulate matter released during wildfires can also have severe impacts on air quality, leading to respiratory problems and other health issues. The science behind the changes. The link between global warming and these extreme weather events is not merely correlative, it is rooted in fundamental physics and atmospheric science. Scientists have been studying these phenomena for decades, and the evidence is overwhelming. The basic principle is that, as the Earth's temperature rises, it disrupts the natural balance of our climate system. As the planet warms, the atmosphere holds more moisture, leading to more intense rainfall events. This increased moisture can result in severe flooding, especially in urban areas where drainage systems are often overwhelmed. The frequency and intensity of these events have been increasing, causing significant damage to infrastructure and communities. Warmer ocean waters provide more energy for hurricanes, leading to their intensification. This means that hurricanes are not only becoming more frequent, but also more powerful, with stronger winds and heavier rainfall. Coastal areas are particularly vulnerable, facing devastating impacts from these intensified storms. The increase in greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, from human activities, is the primary driver of this warming trend. These emissions come from various sources, including factories, vehicles, and industrial processes. The accumulation of these gases in the atmosphere creates a blanket that traps heat, leading to global temperature rise. These gases trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to a cascade of effects on our climate system. This trapped heat not only warms the air, but also the oceans, contributing to the melting of polar ice caps and glaciers. The resulting sea level rise poses a significant threat to coastal communities worldwide, altering ecosystems and displacing populations. The human impact. The impacts of these extreme weather events are felt most acutely by human societies. Coastal communities face the brunt of intensified hurricanes, while inland regions grapple with heat waves, droughts, and wildfires. These events can lead to loss of life, displacement, damage to infrastructure, and economic losses. The increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events pose significant challenges to human societies, requiring adaptation and mitigation strategies to minimize their impacts. A call to action. Addressing the challenge of global warming and its associated extreme weather events requires a collective effort from individuals, governments, and industries worldwide. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions through a transition to clean energy sources, improving energy efficiency, and promoting sustainable land management practices are crucial steps. Investing in research and development of climate-resilient infrastructure and early warning systems can help mitigate the impacts of these events. Towards a sustainable future. The path towards a sustainable future requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with the planet. We must transition away from fossil fuels and embrace clean energy sources, reduce our environmental footprint, and adopt sustainable practices in all aspects of our lives. By taking action to mitigate climate change, we can create a more resilient and sustainable future for ourselves and generations to come.